Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Many things to mention, guys. We're always ready. There is a here we go. There is a news. There is always news. Here on the channel, there is more to say, and so let's jump into it. And so here we are, guys, always with the news, always with the latest, always with the updates, because the market is entering into stages where they start planning for the future, and so the transfer window is closed, but the clubs are always thinking ahead, are always thinking about the future. Meanwhile, there are some markets still open, because Onana is official to Trabzonspor, Silva from Nottingham Forest to Besiktas exclusive story, 2.5 million euros loan fee, 16 million euros buy option clause that might become mandatory in the future. And so one more exit for Nottingham Forest. They have presented Alexander Zinchenko from Arsenal today. And then Anthony Martial, former Manchester United player who is going to play for Rayados Monterrey in Mexico. He will be a new teammate for Sergio Ramos. But today, guys, I brought to you an exclusive. Here we go. An exclusive story, always news, always updates, always many things here on the channel. And today, Chelsea have signed a new striker for 2026. And it's going to be Emanuel Emegha. It's a here we go. It's a done deal, also confirmed by Chelsea. What happened? Chelsea have reached, obviously, an agreement with Strasbourg because they have the same ownership. And so it's a pre-agreement. It's everything signed and done for 2026. So, Emanuel Emegha is a striker who plays for Strasbourg in France, doing very well. Chelsea already in June, July, if you follow the channel, you remember I gave you an exclusive update about that one. It was end of June, and I told you Chelsea are already planning for Emegha in 2026. But now the deal is done. Fast striker, physical, can attack the space, is considered a very good striker by Chelsea. And they decided to let the player stay at Strasbourg, as he wanted to, for this season, to lead Strasbourg into European football, to be a crucial player for Strasbourg into Ligue 1. And so Emegha is staying and completing this part of the season at Strasbourg. For sure, Strasbourg are more than happy about that, because again, it's same ownership, and so they don't want from Chelsea to create a problem to Strasbourg, but to secure the future move of Emanuel Emegha to Chelsea was something important for them. To anticipate Champions League and Premier League clubs interested. Yes, because there were clubs keen on signing Emegha, on plotting a move, preparing a move for Emegha in 2026, for next summer, considered one of the most interesting strikers around, and so Chelsea decided to anticipate them all and close the deal now for 2026, and so Emanuel Emegha to Chelsea is a here we go. What happens now, guys? Chelsea can decide what they want to do. If they want to bring the player in January, bring the player in the summer, based on how is going the season at Chelsea, how is the injury situation, how is Emegha doing, how is Strasbourg doing. So there are several factors to consider. Then Chelsea will assess these internally with the right time. Meanwhile, they have the player under contract. It's a 7-year deal for Emanuel Emegha Chelsea. And so everything is done, everything is agreed, Emegha is ready for this new chapter. Emegha is very enthusiastic about the possibility of playing in Premier League, because also a German club, an important German club, wanted to consider a move for Emegha, but his desire was to go to Premier League, go to Chelsea, and now the deal is agreed and done. So Emegha is a here we go, and it's an important move for Chelsea future. Today, in press conference, Arne Slot, Liverpool manager, commented about a situation, and this is the situation of Federico Chiesa. Guys, on Federico Chiesa, I can reveal to you that Besiktas made an official proposal to Liverpool over the recent days, before signing Silva, and before trying for Leandro Trossard, who was another top target for Besiktas this summer, but he's staying at Arsenal with a new contract already agreed. Besiktas tried to get Federico Chiesa. Official bid, loan with an option to buy, same conditions they offered for Silva, so 2-3 million euros loan and then an option to buy for Federico Chiesa. Liverpool said no thanks. They prefer to keep the player. Also, Federico Chiesa with a very honest but also smart behavior, despite being excluded by the Champions League squad by Arne Slot, and today Arne Slot said in press conference, it was tough for me, it was different for Federico, of course he was not happy, but he reacted in a very good way. Well, what Federico did is to tell Arne Slot, okay boss, I'm sad, but I respect you, and I'm prepared to fight for my spot in Premier League and in domestic cups. So Federico Chiesa will give his best for Liverpool in the upcoming months, will fight his best for Liverpool in the upcoming months, and didn't want to move to Besiktas because he wants to give his best for Liverpool. Same also happened on Liverpool side. Liverpool didn't want to accept the proposal for Federico Chiesa on loan because they see Federico still as an important part of the squad. Even if he's not part of the Champions League squad, he can be very important in the Premier League and in domestic cups. He already scored a very important goal for Liverpool at the beginning of the season against Bournemouth at Anfield, and so for sure the idea is to continue with Fede Chiesa. Then guys, more to say. Many questions I'm getting today is about reports on Mohamed Kudus and Chelsea. What happened between Mohamed Kudus and Chelsea? Look guys, Kudus was a potential target for Chelsea at the beginning of the summer transfer window, but from what I'm hearing the deal was never really close. They tried, they negotiated, there was a conversation with West Ham, there was a conversation with the agents. Kudus was considered as one of the players who could have been part of the Chelsea project already for the Club World Cup, but was never something really close to being agreed because West Ham didn't want to include a player into the deal. They preferred to do the deal with Tottenham. Let me say that Mo Kudus was more than enthusiastic to go to Tottenham because he trusts the project. He spoke to Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank was a really important factor in this story. And also important to say that Tottenham offered what West Ham wanted in terms of transfer fee. So not including players, but just putting the money on the table and letting West Ham decide how they want to use that money. So this was probably the crucial factor, and also the player more than happy to go to Tottenham, very happy about his start at Tottenham so far, and so this is the feeling, this is the feedback on this situation. So a very clear intention on the player side. More to say guys, more to mention also about Manchester United, because Manchester United are always a big part of the market, always very attentive also to the contract situations. And so contracts at Manchester United will now be an important part of the focus for the club after this summer transfer window. One of the situations to follow, from what I'm told, is the one of Lisandro Licha Martinez. Licha is out with an injury. Licha is not available now, but he will return as soon as possible. My understanding is that Man United want to discuss a new contract with Licha, want to discuss a new deal with Lisandro Martínez, because he's out of contract in 2027. Man United don't want to arrive into late 2026 with the player not having his contract extended yet to avoid the problems. And so what Man United will try to do is to negotiate with Licha Martinez before arriving in the final year of his contract. Now, waiting for the player to return, of course, there is no rush, no pressure, but for sure Manchester United want to try as soon as possible. So my feeling is, as soon as Licha will be close to returning, they will try to accelerate, and so let's see what's going to happen. But for sure the intention of Man United is to try to discuss a new contract with Lisandro Martinez. Okay, so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Emegha and Chelsea, a big one. What's your feeling on that one for Chelsea? New striker is coming. And then Kudus, Chiesa, Martial, the situation of Lisandro Martínez and Manchester United. Many things, guys. As always, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon, here with Fabrizio. Ciao.